Hi, I'm Mary Phillips, and I have done this technique on clients for years. Every lifted, every sculpted look starts the same way. So before I snatch with makeup, I sculpt the skin. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of face oil to my skin. So I like to use the Tweezerman stainless steel Gua Sha, and I've had mine in some ice, so it's nice and cold. I always like to start on the lower half of my face, and I kind of go in an upward, outward motion. This brings the circulation back and creates structure. I'm gonna use this guy through the jawline, and then the cheekbones, and then for the brow area, I love to do this. And then my favorite part, I take this guy right here. This feels so good. I feel like you never realize how much tension you carry in your brow area and your forehead until I go to Gua Sha, and I'm like, whoa, I can feel the little knots and stuff. When the skin is prepped properly, I definitely don't need to use as much makeup. This is gonna help create the structure. It's gonna help get rid of puffiness you have and help sculpt the face. So when you go into underpaint, it just makes the canvas so much better and easier to apply the products because everything goes on so much more smooth, and you can also see your features a little bit more, so it makes it easier to define them. Another thing I also like to do before makeup is make sure my brows are nice and cleaned up. So I'm gonna go in with the Tweezerman brow brush and the Tweezerman brow scissors because you wanna get rid of all these little hairs before you go in to apply the makeup. So first I always like to start by brushing them up, and then I'm gonna give them a little bit of a trim. And you never wanna hold the brow brush like this and trim. You need to let the brow relax in its natural position before you cut, otherwise your brows are gonna be way too short. So just kind of brush them up, let them fall a little bit how they would normally fall, and then you wanna go ahead and give them a little trim. So now I'm gonna go in with the classic slant tweezer by Tweezerman, and I'm gonna clean up any little stray hairs I have. And you always wanna grab the hair and pull it in the direction that the hair would naturally grow. If you take it and pull the opposite direction, it can stretch the little hair follicle pore out a bit, so you don't want that. Now I'm just gonna take a damp washcloth and kind of just remove a little bit of the oil that I used for the Gua Sha, making sure all those little hairs left behind are gone. Okay, so now let's get started with our makeup. Underpainting is where I visually enhance the lift that I just created in the skin prep. So I'm using my underpainting palette from m.ph and my dual-ended underpainting brush, and I am using the shade Light. This is it. So I always start with the color corrector, which is this guy right here. You wanna put it right where that dark circle is. And then I'm gonna apply contour and highlight to just bring more structure into the face. So remember when I Gua Sha'd using upward, outward motions? You want to do the same thing when you're applying your underpainting. I always like to apply it in the direction that I want to lift the face. Highlight. And this is how I create a sculpted look going from skin prep to underpainting. Skin prep with intention, and the makeup does the rest.